Sfeeha are mini Lebanese meat pies, and they should easily fit into the palm of your hand and be eaten in a few bites. To quickly summarize my manaish dough, of course I have the full recipe on my channel and the blog. In a cup, add about half a teaspoon of sugar and a tablespoon of dried active yeast. And to that you're going to add lukewarm water, so make sure it's not too hot. You can also substitute half of the water with milk to give a richer dough. Let the yeast ferment for about 15 minutes and then add that to about 3 cups of bread flour, and you're also going to add about half a teaspoon of salt and 3 tablespoons of mild olive oil or vegetable oil. Knead with a stand mixer for about 7 minutes, and if you're kneading by hand for around 10 minutes, until the dough springs back slightly when you poke it. Now cover and let the dough proof for around 2 hours until it's doubled in size. For the meat mixture, I have about 500 grams of beef. You can also use lamb or a mixture of both. I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper and 7 spice, and also a little bit of red chili. I'm going to use a food processor to combine the mixture really well. So here I've got about a quarter of an onion, 4 tomatoes, and I'm going to pulse them in a food processor. You can also do this with a hand blender as well. Add the tomato onion mixture to the meat with a good pinch of salt, and I've also added some chili flakes, and you can also use fresh chili if you like to. Then I'm going to add a little drizzle of mild olive oil or vegetable oil, you can use that too, and I'm going to mix it together. However, if you want a really smooth consistency, put the whole mixture back into the food processor and let it combine for about a minute. So the meat mixture is ready now, and as you can see, it's not too thick and it's not too runny, a nice spreadable consistency. My ajin dough has proved, and I'm going to roll it out quite thin, no more than half a centimeter thick. Use any round cutter. You want them about the size of the palm of your hand, the circles, and that way you can pinch the edges and they'll be eaten in a few bites. At this point you want to make sure the oven is heating up, and you want to put the oven at the highest setting, so usually about 230 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. Look how nice and thin the dough circles are, and I'm going to spoon about a tablespoon of mixture into the middle of each one, and then as you can see I'm going to pinch 2 sides of the circle and then pinch the other 2 sides almost to form a square. As you might know, the Baalbeck region in Lebanon are known for Sfeeha Baalbecki, as they're called, and if you've ever seen artisans do this, they work really fast. I like to seal them quite tightly at the corners. Some people also like to pat them down to flatten them, but I quite like them this way too. Then I'm going to brush them with some milk, which will help them turn golden crisp in the oven, and it also indicates you when it's done. Do this just before you turn them into the oven because you don't want the dough to get soggy. And then I would say that I cook them for about 7 to 10 minutes, and you'll know when they're done when the edges start to turn brown. They will come out a little bit like sizzling watery, but that's okay because that's just the extra moisture. Let them rest on the baking tray for about a few minutes, and then you can lift them up and put them onto a baking rack. If you try making these, let us know how it went. We love hearing from you. They might not be perfect from the first time round, but you will get better each time you practice them. Check out the blog for the full recipe for extra tips and advice, where you'll also find my ebook, which has 75 of my most popular recipes. Hopefully we'll have lots more videos on the YouTube channel, so check back soon.